by bread alone. Yeah, this word got food in it. Stepping on the devil dome, you should see the bruise in it. Backing out the scripts, told a demon to stand down. Go against the Most High, we gon' see how it pan out. The Father gave me hope, fill me with the ghosts. Now they hate it when I glow. Joseph with the coat, looking for their fruit, but they ain't got no cantaloupe. The Messiah over Lio, you can't be a fan of both. Can't serve two masters. Bread of heaven with the living water, yeah, he's serving up a truth platter. We ain't idolizing no folly, now we setting up a new standard. When Christ touched down, make the whole earth shake like Bruce Banner. Yeah, bringing them troops to ya. End times getting spookier, warfare getting nuclear, mankind getting goofier. They intoxicated with a wine, damn, she done roofied them. I'm checking every word, spirit doctrine like a proofreader. I hate these Nicolaitans, hate these graven idols, man, I hate these flipping pagans. Trying to play my father and I hate these imitations. Screaming out Hosanna, we escape that simulation. Better flee them evil deeds or else that lake is where you layin'. Great is he inside of me, casting out this net like I was by the Sea of Galilee. Harvest gon' be plenty, but the laborers are few. Matthew 17 and 20, there ain't nothing we can't do. I can't be no lukewarm, fringes with the blue on. Devil wanna deal, but I told him this ain't Groupon. Praise to the Almighty, you know we gon' sing a new song. Hail the King of King, the Ultra Low, no Jimmy Neutron. If you keep his laws and his commands, then we can fellowship. I don't get with Pharisees and I don't rock with Hellenists. I ain't praising man, cause only Father get my reverence. I'm swimming in the word, it got me feeling like a yellowfin. Yeah, big stepper, Mr. Demon Chin Checker, trying to hear that well done, cause I feel that displeasure. Father pouring out the wrath, and he got a big measure. If it ain't about the kingdom, then I don't give a six letter. You got faith in the Messiah, you got power. I was clean up in that blood just like a shower. Isaiah 5, you were the vine that came on sour, but now we stand and giving glory in this hour. Yeah, we breaking them curses, fleeing the ways of the serpent. Follow his word and pray for discernment, cause they want us laying in hearses. We gotta rise up, raise and resurface, choose life and stay in your purpose. The price was paid like a merchant, through Christ who came as a servant. See, the kingdom is ready to bag, but yet somehow they chasing a Birkin. After this you ain't getting a chance, while you living you can't better search him. Gotta call on his name like his urchin, never knowing that day is emerging. So repent at the weight of perversions, judgment coming, that thing is for certain. Let's go.
Shalawam, Shalawam family. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all glory, and all honor to the Most High God, whose name is YAHAWAH. Of course, I do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Hamashiach, Yahawashi of the world, ignorantly called Jesus Christ. It's your brother Shar Ahrayahla, House of Bread. And today we will be reacting to a debate / dialogue between Captain Taazaryach of the ISUPK with a couple of Revelation 2-9ers. All right, some small hats. So make sure you brothers and sisters, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we go live, whenever we do any lessons or videos. All right. So let's take a look, man. Before we dive in, family, make sure that you are tapped in with us here at House of Bread and all our various different platforms. So again, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you also subscribe to the House of Bread channel.
Production
Let me just get my
relatively quickly.
Let me get my screen share real quick.
How to do it.
Give me 1 second. Boom. All praise to the Most High. Wow. All right, so again, make sure that you are subscribed to House of Bread here on YouTube at House of Bread Camp. Make sure you subscribe to myself here, Shar Ahrayahla. About 40% of people who watch the videos are not subscribed. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can again get notified whenever we go live. Additionally, make sure that you are tapped in with our broadcast channel. So the broadcast channel is available on Instagram, where again sometimes YouTube they won't send out notifications. Like for instance, the brother Neff the Kingdom, who's always in the chat, he said last week when a video dropped that he was not notified. Right, so make sure that you're following us on Instagram and make sure you tapped in with the broadcast channel, because I'll give you updates when everything is going live or when we got videos coming up. All right. Additionally, all right, make sure you follow myself on Instagram at LionOfYahawah. Again, make sure that you're following the camp page at House of Bread, camp _ in between each word. Right now, today is, well, we're in the East Coast. Sun should be going down within about an hour or so. So we're coming into the Shabbat. So we just got finished prepping. All praise to the Most High. Tomorrow evening is new moon. All right. Tomorrow evening is new moon. Now, if you've been following me for a while, from my days in Sakari to us establishing House of Bread, of course, we've always been under the lunar Sabbath understanding. Now, the understanding has advanced as of recent. We used to teach that the new moon was a Sabbath and that the Sabbath would fall on day 1, i.e. new moon, days 8, 15, 22, and then you would wait to the next new moon. The understanding, like I said, has since then advanced, and we understand that the new moon is not a Sabbath, right? The new moon is not a Sabbath. The new moon is an intercalary day, and / a transition day. So the Shabbats fall on the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. So we're on right now, it's the 28th day of the month. We're going into the 29th day, which is the Shabbat. And then tomorrow evening, Monday evening, will be new moon. All right. So our Sabbath moving forward is going to be Monday to Tuesday. It's been Sunday to Monday for the past month. Right. So yeah, let's get into this, family. So I'm not familiar with this gentleman. Right. His name is Matan Evan. He has 1.7 million subscribers, so he has a pretty decent following. Let's take a look at his page real quick before we dive into the video. Yeah, this guy is, I don't know. I guess he has on Jewish people a lot. I'm not sure. I think he is Jewish with the name Matan. But we will take a look at this video where Captain Taazaryach from the ISUPK is on the panel. Now, looking at it, says Gavin McInnes heated debate versus Rabbi Mizrahi and Black Israelites. So I'm not sure who so-called Rabbi Mizrahi is, and I have no clue who Gavin McInnes is. So let's see who these people are before we dive into the video. Black Israelite. I love when they use the phrase black, right? It just demonstrates how much they hate people, hate us. All right. So Gavin McInnes is a Canadian writer, political commentator, and co-founder of Vice magazine. He is known as the founder of the Proud Boys. Okay, so this guy is a Proud Boy. Okay, so I've seen this guy before, right? I'm just not familiar with his name. All right, so the Proud Boys founder, right, is battling Captain Taazaryach and this guy, so-called Rabbi Mizrahi. Now, a lot of times you'll hear me say, like for instance, on the thumbnail, you'll see it says, in quote, Rabbi, right? It says Rabbi, and that's because our Savior, right, our King, our Messiah, and our only Rabbi, Hamashiach Yahawashi, he said, "Call no man Rabbi," right? Because you have one Rabbi, which is him, right? He is our only Rabbi. So that's why you'll see me say Rabbi. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's dive right into
episode. Welcome in Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, along with his two goons. Yes, come in, please. You see here.
There's two goons.
Debating him will be Gavin McInnes. Please welcome in Gavin McInnes, and also the two other rabbis as well. Gavin, let's take a seat right here. Okay. Welcome in the moderator for today, Mike. Welcome in, Mike. Mike, the moderator. That was the whole point, because you stepped over him last time. You stepped on his head last time. And for today's co-host, we have Mike. Welcome in, Mike. To have some food.
Thank you.
Right.
All right.
Mizrahi, a conversation.
Pretty big catalyst.
When the Jews received grace, the name.
All right, so it looks like the first part of the video. Again, I haven't watched this family. It looks like the first part of the video is this guy going against this. So you have a U.S. white nationalist, Proud Boy, and you have a small hat. All right, so let's see when Captain Taazaryach gets. Okay, boom. Okay. So let's go a little further.
Cannot be.
It is a more accurate depiction of what God meant.
Gavin, after you watch my debate with a Christian professor,
Can you stop giving me homework?
Listen, you will be laughing at what you're saying right now.
It was
You
so
will be
stupid
laughing.
to be Christian.
You will feel so.
All of a sudden, I cannot pronounce the letter R. I have been reborn.
We're talking about religion and you're making a person.
Who are you?
I don't know.
He actually,
Are you like,
we couldn't conduct a debate.
Are you in it? And I'm
It's-
just
The only one
Actually, just objectively not.
I think you mean Grok.
millionaire.
All right, let's skip forward so when Taazaryach gets here.
We should. Oh, a black Hebrew Israel special gift. We should get this even more interesting. Mike, can you bring out the special guest? Oh, a black Hebrew Israelite.
oh.
Do we have to kiss your boots? What? No, I don't like it when white people kiss your boots.
No, come over
It's
here.
my least favorite thing about you.
Yeah, scoot over.
Of course, the white man doesn't like when white people bow down and kiss the boots of so-called blacks and Hispanics, right? Because this guy is a white nationalist. He believes that his people somehow are superior to us. Like, let's just let that sink in. This Mayo monkey, right? Gavin McInnes believes that white people are superior to black people. Insane, right? White people are recessive, right? They don't have 100% Homo sapien DNA. Black people, we don't have Neanderthal DNA. They do, right? So it's laughable at best when you have white people thinking that they're superior to anyone. It's insane. But let's continue.
Over, scoot where?
Are you
Our Torah has written.
We're going by the book.
No, our Torah has written and oral Torah. You won't understand what is
Just
in
lean
it.
in.
Just lean in.
Wake up in the morning. Do you guys like that Desmond Decker song? Is that you?
I don't even know who that is.
Israelites. Mhm.
Nah, I don't know who that is. What's your name again?
Gavin McInnes.
Oh, you
I
were
started
the
the Proud
Pride
Boys,
Boys.
yeah.
The Proud.
Proud. Pride
sure
for
it's
gays.
Pride? But you said it's gays in the Proud Boys.
Yeah.
So the name
Fun.
Pride too. So it's the LBGTQP.
Hey, you guys are obsessed with gay as an insult. That
No,
doesn't
you
mean
said
anything
it
to
though. I'm just saying you said it.
me. Yeah.
And I only said it because when I said Pride, you said no, that's Proud. Because the Pride
We're
is
talking about the
gay.
name of the club. It's Proud Boys. And yes,
Proud and
there are
Pride.
gays, blacks. There's no Hebrew
There's gays?
Israelites.
The
Yeah, that's
Proud
gays in the
Boys?
Proud Boys.
There's Jews.
Wow, there's black Proud Boys. That's hilarious, but okay.
Gays isn't something that's on my radar.
So let me ask you a question though. So if two gay Proud Boy members
Uh-huh.
decided to have sex with each other, be married, that would be okay in the Proud Boys?
It's happened.
Oh, wow.
So y'all be out in the woods sleeping with each other?
But see, that's the jump. I think being obsessed with gays is kind of gay.
Obsessed with it. It just
No, remember with the Catholic covenant
because
boys,
most
you were like,
Republicans-
priest, you. You're gonna suck a dick to that. You're a gay. You're a gay.
Hey, who said that?
You guys said that in D.C. during that covenant Catholic school.
I don't know.
You set that whole thing off.
If that was my Israelites, because you know we're
So he's talking about the situation with at the time it was HOI. This is back when Chief Ephraim was still with HOI. So that was sensational. That was a minute ago. That was like 2000 and I think 19, maybe 20. Probably 19. Yeah, because 20 was pandemic. So in 2019, because I just came in the truth when that had happened. So that's what Gavin McInnes is talking about.
together. So I don't know if
Some are more moderate. The New York chapter seems to be focused on having white people kiss their boots.
No, actually, we're probably the least because I'm in New York. So Texas, we call it the boot kiss capital. White people can't get.
Oh, I always see it in Brooklyn. I see you in the videos too.
No, I don't be in most of the videos. That'd be Texas. White people love.
I recognize downtown Brooklyn when I see
White
it.
people love.
Yeah.
All right, let's get past the boot kissing.
Finally paid it off. Like, come.
But you know, everybody that lived on the continent of Africa are not the same people.
Whoa.
Because you said we started slavery.
Well, you like to be black power when it's good stuff, but
I'm
you
not
don't.
really black
You
power.
don't claim responsibility when it's bad stuff.
No, that's not true.
You can't have black unity and then absolve yourself
Well,
from
we're not
slavery.
really black unity because with us, we're blacks, Latinos, Native Indians. So we're not just about black people like Mexicans. My brother,
I saw a white guy in one of your things.
Dominicans. It's also not melanated based. It's like whatever your father is. That's what
Okay.
So y'all created colorism. So when you say,
But that
y'all-
makes it real easy to sneak in.
No, not really, because we'll find.
What if you
out.
just lie about your father?
Well, anybody can lie.
So what if I say my father is black? I can
Blacks
start
invented
acting
slavery,
like this?
whites ended it. I
Y'all
think
mimic-
Juneteenth
y'all
is a celebration
mimic
of
black
white
people all day.
culture.
Jewish people, they mimic us the best.
No, you mimic us.
You mean the Beastie Boys?
No,
We're
y'all-
the,
it's
we're the real
impossible.
Jews. We're the
Listen,
real
how
ones,
is
bro.
that possible?
We're the real
How is
ones.
that possible?
It's possible.
How?
So this is getting interesting, right? So here we have this troglodyte over here with a bra cup on his head, and he's saying that they're the real Jews, right? And that we Hebrew Israelites we're imitating them, right? I want to show a couple of let's just show some artifacts, right? So Lachish reliefs, right? And let's go to the book. Let's go to the Bible, right? Lachish. So we can see Lachish. This is part of Joshua's conquest, right? It's a city in Judah. Okay. So now let's go to 2 Kings chapter 18, right? So 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 13, it says, in the 14th year of King Hezekiah, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came up against all the fortified cities of Judah and took them. And Hezekiah, king of Judah, sent to the king of Assyria at Lachish, right? So Sennacherib's army, they're hitting all these cities in Judah, right? Hezekiah is where? In Jerusalem, right? So he sends message to the king of Assyria at Lachish saying, I have done wrong. Withdraw from me. Whatever you impose on me, I will bear. And the king of Assyria required of Hezekiah, king of Judah, 300 talents of silver and 30 talents of gold. And Hezekiah gave him all the silver that was found in the house of the Lord and in the treasuries in the king's house. And at that time, Hezekiah stripped the gold from the doors of the temple of the Lord and from the doorposts that Hezekiah, king of Judah, had overlaid and gave it to the king of Assyria, right? So there's some history behind, again, the Assyrians and the Jews in a city named Lachish, right? So what the Assyrians were known for, and a lot of different empires, right? The Egyptians are good for propaganda, right? They would have all types of steles and cartouches of conquered peoples and whatnot. But the Assyrians were probably some of the best, right? They had all types of reliefs, right? That demonstrated their military might, right? So let's just take a look at a couple pictures, right? This is from the British Museum. These are Assyrians throwing the Jews, right? Taking them into captivity. Let's just do this is from the British Museum, guys. So the Jews had curly, coily hair. Interesting. That's so-called Negroid hair, right? Let's go to other places. All right. Here's another one. You mean this is from the World History Encyclopedia? You mean to tell me that Jewish people look like this? That Jewish people have hair like this, right? But here we got this devil, right? This troglodyte talking about they're the real Jews. No, sir, you're not.
Keep the Torah. You keep the Torah.
Keeping the Torah doesn't.
Where's your
make you-
sit? Where's your
keeping
sit,
the
bro?
Torah doesn't
Where's your
make
sit?
you-
We have a tradition of 3,300
But
years.
keeping the
You
Torah
just came in
doesn't
this
make
gen-
you.
Now, I'm not sure what this gentleman's name is, right? This gentleman right here. He challenges Captain Taazaryach and says, where are your tzitzit? Right? So this is what we'll do. First and foremost, these little things that he went to, his tzitzit, let's go to where he points to.
and you, we have a tradition.
Keeping the Torah doesn't.
Where's your
make you-
sit? Where's your
keeping
sit,
the
bro?
Torah doesn't
Where's your
make-
sit?
Though these right here, these are not tzitzit. These are not tzitzit at all. Okay? These are not tzitzit. These are not tzitzit, right? So let's go to the Bible, right? So the Torah, okay? In the Torah, there are two different commandments that mention fringes, right? And I've gotten on the ISUPK for this for years, right? These niggas, I remember one time, this is years ago. I was up in New York, and I went and linked up with with NJNY, and we held camp, I think Irvington. We were in Irvington, New Jersey. And after camp, a member of ISUPK pulled up on us, and we was chopping it up. And of course, the brother was wearing regular clothes. Now, as you saw Captain Taazaryach walk in to the room, right, to the platform, he had on a regular t-shirt, regular jeans, not a fringe in sight, right? And we're going back and forth with this ISUPK member at the time, and he's talking about how, oh, fringes don't belong on t-shirts, right? This is the stupid shit that these niggas say, right? Just absolute nonsense, right? So let's go to KJV, right? Fringes, okay? So here we see Numbers 15 and 38 and Deuteronomy 22 and 12, okay? Where the English word fringe appears. Now, if you notice right here, family, right? You have next to fringes right here in Numbers 15, you have H6734. All right. And then here in Deuteronomy 22 and 12, you have H1434. So there's two different Hebrew words that are translated from Hebrew into English as fringe, right? So in Numbers 15 and 38 is the word zitzit, right? Zitzit, as they say, right? Let's take a look at zitzit, right? Fringe. It says of feminine origin of H6731, right? A floral or wing-like projection, i.e., a forelock of hair, a tassel, fringe lock, right? But it's a what? It's a wing-like projection. So let's take a look at this word. It stems from flower bloom, right? Feather wing. This is how the word means, feather wing, right? Let's just take a look. Where it's used. All right, it's used in various places throughout the text, right? But what the gentleman pointed to, those are not tzitzit, right? Here on my shirt, these are tzitzit. The fringes with the ribbon of blue, those are tzitzit. And again, so-called Jewish people, they don't follow Torah. By and large, they do not follow Torah. Even the ones that allegedly follow Torah, they don't, and they don't understand Torah because, as the Bible tells us, God has not shown his word unto them. So-called Jewish people are not descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I cannot express that enough, right? So Psalms 147, verse 19 through 20, right? It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise the Lord. So the Most High God, the God of the Bible, never showed his word to Jewish people because Jewish people are not the children of Israel. They are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, specifically through Esau's son Amalek. That's who they are. Okay, they are the Revelation 2 and 9ers, as I said. Right, let's just go there just to get it off. Right, Revelation 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Here are Jewish people. Revelation 2 and 9 describes Jewish people. The Torah describes the Israelites. And as we just showed pictures, this is what the ancient Israelites look like, right? Now, Israelites. Right. So here's more Assyrian deportation, right, of the northern kingdom, right? So with Lachish, that's when the Assyrians came after Judah after the northern kingdom was already taken out of power. I believe this is from the Shalmaneser stele, right? But if you could look right here, actually no, it says Tiglath-Pileser III of Assyria captures the city of Astartu in modern Jordan. Picture an Assyrian soldier weaving mace escorts deported these sacks, right? So this is the type of fringes. These are these wing-like projections. This is exactly what I have right here on my shirt, right? This is this, right? Just a little bit longer. I have other garments and shirts with longer fringes. These are just hand-cut fringes, right? These are tzitzit. Those little shoestrings that guy has, those are not tzitzit. I'll show you what those are. Those are gadalim or gedalim, right? Again, Shabbat coming in, right? That's why I'm not going to do any plugs, but right, Shar Ahrayahla, right? These are bust down tassels or gedalim that I make, right? So there's 4 of them. You wear them on the corners of your garments, right? So now let's go and take a look at the scriptures, right? Numbers 15:38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes, tzitzit, in the border of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. So what I just showed you guys. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes, gedalim, not tzitzit, upon the 4 quarters of thy vesture wherewith thou coverest thyself, right? So if we take a look here, right, on my IG, you'll see in various places. Let me just refresh this, right? So my wife got the ribbon of blue, fringes, her tassels right here. And here, wing light projection, ribbon of blue, gedalim. There's a difference, right? But again, these people are culture vultures. They believe that they are the children of God. All right. And again, we went into this on this video, right? The truth about the blessings of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. We went into Ezekiel 36, right? Ezekiel 35, which says that Edomites would be dwelling in the land of Israel at the time in which the Israelites are at hand or getting ready to return back to the land. Christ in Luke 21:24 says that Jerusalem will be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. The time of the Gentiles is fulfilled when Christ's kingdom is established. Okay, so again, these people are not the children of God. But, right, he makes a point by calling out Captain Taazaryach for not wearing fringes. So the brother's in sin.
We have a tradition of 3,300 years.
But keeping the
You
Torah
just came in this generation and you claim you are the real Jew, the real Hebrew.
So
what
when
kind of
Solomon
tradition
said
you have?
black,
You have
I'm gonna ask you a
3,300
question.
years of
Let's ask you a question. When Solomon,
Okay, so this guy is harping on them having 3,300 years of tradition, right? 3,300 years of tradition, so he says, right? Problem with that, right? Let's just go to the Bible. Let's just go to the Tanakh, to the Torah, right? So let's go to Jeremiah chapter Jeremiah 17. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. Watch this. So this is God speaking to Jeremiah. It says, actually, I'll start from the top, right? The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron, and with the point of a diamond, it is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horns of your altars. Whilst their children remember their altars and their groves by the green trees upon the high hills, O my mountain in the field, I will give thy substance and all thy treasures to the spoil, and thy high places for sin throughout all thy borders. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. Right? So when we look at this word for heritage, right? Israel's heritage is the Torah, right? We discontinued from the Torah. Furthermore, let's just take a look at Deuteronomy chapter 30, right? So Deuteronomy 28, we see the curses, the punishments that will befall the children of Israel for them not keeping the commandments. Now, one of the commandments, according to Deuteronomy 18:18, is you have to follow the Messiah, right? You have to follow the Messiah, okay? You have to believe on who the Most High sent, and that was who the world calls Jesus Christ of Yahawashi, right? Jewish people do not believe in so-called Jesus Christ. Their Talmud, which they adhere to more than the Torah, says all types of blasphemous things about Christ. How he was a necromancer, and he's in hell and boiling hot excrement, human excrement. That's what Jewish people believe. They believe that Jesus Christ is boiling in hot human feces in hell. That's what they believe, right? So now, Deuteronomy chapter 30. It says, and it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. Now, the curses come upon the children of Israel when they're disobedient to God. Okay? By and large, Jewish people are secular. They do not keep the Torah. They do not follow the commandments. So if they were the children of Israel, they would be experiencing the curses that are spelled out in Leviticus 26 and Deuteronomy chapter 28. But they're not. Okay? They just had a 4-day long gay pride festival by the Dead Sea in the region of Sodom and Gomorrah, in the land of Israel, in the promised land. Prophecy says that when the children of Israel return, they won't do any abominations. But Israel is the gay capital of the world. Okay? So again, they're not going through the curses, right? It says, which I have set before thee, that thou shalt call them to mind among the nations whither the Lord thy God have driven thee. If you have to call something to mind, it means that you forgot. But they claim to have this 3,300 year long tradition, all right, of following Torah. I call bullshit. Okay, I call bullshit. Jewish people are not the children of Israel. They're not the real Jews.
He's black. What did that mean?
Who?
Solomon.
Where does it say
Song of Solomon 1:5. I am black.
That's
Oh my God. Okay, Hebrew Israelites, stop saying that in Songs of Solomon 1:5 that is Solomon speaking. Solomon is not speaking in Songs of Solomon 1:5. He's not. But again, right, it does prove the point, right, that the Israelites are black. So Song of Solomon, Lord in Christ, man, what is going on? Watch this. Songs of Solomon 1. Actually, I'm going to switch to ESV. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. So in the ESV they have she, right? Because it's a song between Solomon and one of his wives, right? So it says, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. For your love is better than wine. Your anointing oils are fragrant. Your name is oil poured out. Therefore, virgins love you, right? These virgins are women, right? She's talking to Solomon. Draw me after you. Let us run. The king has brought me into his chambers. We will exalt and rejoice in you. We will extol your love more than wine. Rightly do they love you. She's speaking still. I am very black, but lovely. O daughters of Jerusalem, like the tents of Kedar, like the curtains of Solomon. Taazaryach, at your big old age, you should not be saying that Solomon is speaking in Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. He's not speaking. It's the Israelite wife of his that is speaking. Just if you just simply do that and not just regurgitate a bunch of shit and a bunch of talking points, you would actually be able to be more effective.
Salamander.
In Exodus, when Moses put his hand in his bosom and then he took it out and it was white, when he put it back in, it was like the rest of his body. What was the color of his body?
First of all, you have
I thought y'all knew Torah.
First
You
of
said
all,
he was tan?
first of all, first of all, there's black Jews from Ethiopia in Israel. It's
I'm not
plenty of
talking
them.
about Ethiopia. When you say that we're copying,
Ethiopians
but
are
when
black
when
Jews.
you say that we're copying, but
What
then
does it
now
matter
you're
what
admitting
color-
that
wait,
they're
what does it
black
matter what
Jews.
color
The race.
How can you have
What
black
race
and white?
has
So this guy asked why does it matter what color Moses was? It matters for truth's sake, first and foremost. Secondly, is what the Bible describes. What Captain Taazaryach is saying in reference to Moses putting his hand in his bosom, right? Taking it out, it turning lepers as white as snow, and then him putting it back, it returning back to its former state. If he was white, like these devils, how the hell could he put his hand in his coat to take it out and it turns whiter? Can these guys get whiter? No, it doesn't make sense. So the reason why it matters because that's what the Torah says. Furthermore, according to the Torah, Moses lived in Egypt. He lived in Egypt, right? When you look at some of the traditions, it says that Moses led the Egyptian army against the Ethiopians, and he got an Ethiopian wife, right? And the phrase Ethiopian, right, originally would have been Cushite, right? Cushite, the Cushites. The phrase Ethiopian goes back to the Greek word, and it means burnt face. So Moses, again, lived in Pharaoh's house. The Egyptians were black, right? Again, I'm doing a lessons, Lord willing, within the next month or so on the Pharaoh of the Exodus, right? So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, right? The Egyptians were black, right? I want to show you guys something else, right? Because they want to play a game with Moses, right? Some scholars believe that this gentleman right here, Abisha the Amu, that he is actually Abraham, right? So Abisha the Amu refers to a West Asiatic tribal leader depicted in the famous 4,000-year-old tomb painting from Egypt dating to around 1900 BCE. The tomb, found in the tomb of the 12th dynasty official Kanunhotep II at Beni Hassan, the artwork illustrates Abisha and his clan bringing offerings and trading eye paint, right? So now, what you have to understand is that you had diplomatic languages, right? There were diplomatic languages. So even when we look at the Armana letters were written from the Canaanites to mainly Amenhotep III of the 18th dynasty about Habiru's sacking the land, right? Causing a bunch of havoc, right? Now, that was written in, was known as cuneiform. Cuneiform was a writing system used by the Akkadians, by the Sumerians, so forth and so forth. And when you understand where Abraham is from right, which is in southern Mesopotamia, right? I'm of the belief that Abraham would have spoken Hebrew as well as Sumerian or Akkadian, right? Because where he lived. Now, when we look at Abisha literally means exalted father. It means exalted father. That's what Abram means, exalted father. And when you take a look at this gentleman, right, Abisha the Amu, here's a picture of him. If this is Abraham, that's clearly a black man. But yet you got this lying sack of shit, Revelation 2:9er, talking about, oh, what does it matter, Moses' skin tone or complexion? He clearly didn't look like you guys. When we look at other artifacts, other depictions of the Israelites in Egypt, right, making bricks, they all are depicted as black. So it matters for truth's sake.
Race doesn't have to do anything with religion.
See, and this is, and here we go again. The Bible, the children of Israel, they're a race of people. Deuteronomy chapter 7. Let's just go to the Torah, which is supposed to be their book. They're supposed to be the original Jew. Why do I know it better than they do? Because again, this is our culture. This is our heritage, right? So Deuteronomy chapter 7, right? In verse 1, he says, when the Lord your God brings you into the land that you are entering to take possession of it, and clears away many nations before you. So the nation of Israel, the race or the nation of Israel, is entering into the land where races of Canaanites live, right? It says the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites. 7 nations more numerous and mightier than you. So again, we see a juxtaposition between these 7 nations that are in the land of Canaan and the nation of Israel. Right? Now, when we take a look at this word for nation, right? It's the word goy, as they love. They love to use goy slop, and these silly goy. They love to throw this phrase around when they're the real goy, right? But again, every nation, the word nation is goy in Hebrew. That's what the word is. Okay? So every different nation is a goy, but they try to use that term derogatorily against anyone other than them because they believe that they're the children of God. It's ridiculous, right? So I'm going to jump down to verse 6. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God have chosen you to be a people for his treasure possession out of all peoples who are on the face of the earth. Right now, I don't like the way that the ESV renders this. Let's switch over to the KJV. Deuteronomy 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So in the eyes of God, and again, this is where so-called Jews get the idea that they're the chosen people, is not based off of your so-called religion. It's based off of the promise that he made to Abraham, right? Verse 7, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Right? So being a Jew, being God's chosen people, being an Israelite, is all about race, right? It's not about religion. Now, the Jews, the Israelites, right? The nation of Israel, they have a religion, and their religion is the Torah. I'm going to say that again. The Israelites and the Jews are an ethnic group. They are a race. They are a race of people. They are a chosen race. They are chosen by the God of the Bible. Every nation, right, when you read the Bible, right, and you read about the Israelites and their interaction with other peoples, all these other peoples have their own gods. The problem with the Bible is that but the problem in the Bible is that the Israelites, instead of following and worshiping their God and following their religion, they want to follow the religious practices of the surrounding nations. But the people of God, the children of Israel, are a race. It's not a religion. But again, they have a religion, and their religion, or what they're bound to, is the Torah. Simple. All right, so the brother asked, do I know if Moses had an Egyptian name just like what you showed for Abraham, right? So that wasn't an Egyptian name. Abisha would have been again, it's Akkadian, right? But and again, I'm working on this Pharaoh the Exodus presentation. The issue with ancient Egypt is that their dynasties and the dating is a mess, right? You have high chronology, you have low chronology. It's a mess with ancient Egypt, right? Because of the way that scholars calculate their reigns and whatnot, right? But I would state that more than likely Moses is an individual by the name of Amen-Mos, right? Amen-Mos in Egypt. Amen-Mos would have been the historical figure as Moses, right? When he went into hiding from Pharaoh after he killed that Egyptian, he would have dropped that Amen, which is a deity's name, right? And he would have just been Mos, right? The Most High was stripping him of his Egyptianness, so to speak, right? So I would say that more than likely Moses is Amen-Mos, right? But good question. But again, we can clearly see that the Israelites, the Jews, is a race of people, not a religion.
There are Jews from all nationalities and all races.
How?
That doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, are the Israelites scattered amongst all nations, as the Bible says? Yes, but what the hell he's saying is asinine and ridiculous, to say the least.
They're Jews, they're Yemenite Jews. They were very, very black when they came to Israel 100
How do
years
y'all
ago.
treat the Ethiopians?
Very nice. I have a lot of students.
Lie.
That are
The
Ethiopian.
Israelites that came over there from Chicago in Dimona, how do y'all treat them?
Oh, I have plenty of. I actually gave them a lecture in Dimona.
No, how do
He's talking about
Israel
the black
treat
Israel.
Treat them fantastic.
No, he's talking about the
They
black.
love. I know
I've been there.
they love Israel. They love Israel.
I've been there.
Nobody forced them to stay in Israel.
I just don't.
They love it.
I was in
I
Ashkelon.
know.
I went to where Sodom and Gomorrah.
He was in
at.
Ashkelon and shit, yo.
Yeah, I was in. Shut up, man.
It was
I went to the Dead
Who's
Sea.
doing
I went over there. Telerad.
He
Where they
just said
say King David is buried, which I think that's
He said I was in
diabolical.
Ashkelon
A white
and
man
shit.
would keep David as a tourist attraction, but
Buddy, you
they're
think you
lying
caught
about
me?
it, 'cause I bet if we lifted up the coffin, David's not in the coffin. They're just telling you that that's David. But yeah, I visited Israel.
So these are not real Jews.
No, they're impossible.
Oh, yeah?
Do you light fire on the Sabbath?
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Whoa. Do you light fire on the Sabbath? Great question, Mr. Mizrahi. Does Captain Taazaryach and the members of the ISUPK, do they kindle fires on the Sabbath? I, as a witness, will say yes, they do. Which is a sin unto death. And this is why no one should be following Captain Taazaryach and the ISUPK. No one should be following them because they're teaching you to do sins unto death. Now, what's hilarious, not even hilarious, it's ironic, right? Captain Taazaryach walked up there, not a fringe in sight, right? Let's go to Numbers 15 and see what was going on, which caused us to have to now start wearing fringes, right? So, Numbers chapter 15, all right? All right, I'm going to jump down to verse 32. It says, and while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day. Now, family, why would someone why would someone need sticks in the wilderness to kindle a fire, right? It goes on to say, and they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation, and they put him in ward, meaning they put him in prison, right? Because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp. Whenever you see the phrase without the camp, means outside of the camp, right? It says, and all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes, tzitzit, in the borders of their garments, not the little shoestring tassels that the so-called Jewish man has. Those are not tzitzits, right? It says, in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and to do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go whoring, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God. I am the Lord your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, to be your God. I am the Lord your God, right? So God says, because this nigga, right, was out here picking up sticks on the Sabbath day, why? To kindle a fire on the Sabbath day, which is prohibited. Yeah, kill that nigga. And now tell the rest of the children of Israel, listen, everyone put fringes on your garments, right? Zeets, and put a ribbon of blue, so that you look upon it and you remember to keep the rest of the commandments. That's what God said, right? So now let's go to where it says, thou shalt not kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Exodus 35:3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. Again, kindling a fire on the Sabbath is punishable by death. And the ISUPK teach and do kindle fires on the Sabbath day. Let's see what Taazaryach says.
Fucking pig I eat is police.
Do you light fire on the Sabbath?
The only motherfucking pig I eat is police.
When you say light fire on the Sabbath, can we turn the heat on the Sabbath?
Well, we're not turning the heat on the Sabbath.
Do we freeze on the Sabbath?
So now he's deflecting. Here he is deflecting from the question. Doesn't answer the question. The answer, Miss Rocky, right? I'm not gonna call you the R word, because that's not what you are, right? The answer is yes. Captain Taazaryach and the members of the ISUPK, they kindle or light fires on the Sabbath, right? When I was in Sakari, it was, again, obviously to us, the Sabbath is not Friday to Saturday, but to the small hats and to the ISUPK and the vast majority of the Hebrew Israelite community, the Sabbath is Friday to Saturday. These niggas had a barbecue. They always have barbecues on Saturdays. Niggas are lighting the grill and cooking on the Sabbath. I witnessed it with my own eyes. The answer is yes, emphatically.
With the timer, we don't touch it on the Sabbath. Do you light the fire on the Sabbath? I ask you.
If it's cold and that fire goes out, the fire.
But it's written.
If it's cold and the fire goes out, that fire's getting lit. So you doing exactly what the nigga in the wilderness did, right? In Numbers 15, the nigga was picking up sticks. Why? Because his fire went out, and he broke God's commandments and got put to death. See, go ahead and follow Captain Taazaryach and ISUPK if you want to. The Most High God's going to kill you niggas.
Book of God, which you're not denying, it's the book of God. You should not create any fire on the Sabbath.
Who now? You know what it means.
And you know what's the punishment for that?
Wait,
for lighting fire on the Sabbath.
Do you know what it means to kindle a fire? Break the fire.
Oh my, yo, the bullshit semantics that this nigga does is insane. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Verb, kindle, means to start a fire or to arouse strong feelings and interest, right? So that's in that sense, right? But let's go to Merriam-Webster. Kindle, to start a fire, burning, light, using dry twigs to kindle a fire. When you go camping, right, and you're trying to start a fire, it's something called kindling. You get little fine twigs, all right, and dry grass, that's kindling. And then you use friction, you use a ferrocene rod, you use a goddamn magnifying glass in the sun for the purpose of starting a fire. Starting a fire, right? To stir up, to bring into being. So to bring a fire into being, that's what it means to kindle a fire. Let's just go to the word in Hebrew. Ba'ar, right? So it's from this word, same word, right? Which is a noun. And when you look at the root, let's just look at the root, right? As consumed, right? As consumed, right? So that's the root of the word. But let's go back to the original word. Watch this. To kindle, i.e. consumed by fire. To become, brutish, be brutish, bring, put, take away, burn, cause to, feed, heat, kindle, set on fire. In order for you to set something on fire, you have to kindle heat. You cannot create a fire without kindling heat. It's just that simple. But he wants to play a game, right? And he wants to play semantics.
No, don't say light.
When you read about a fire in a digital book.
If I take a lighter and flick that lighter, I can kindle a fire.
You don't.
But
Bro,
to kindle a fire, the work
I
that
have
it
the
took to
best.
kindle a
Okay,
fire
I'll
is
prove
different.
where the.
You want to teach us how to speak
I will
Hebrew?
absolutely teach you.
Teach us
Well,
how
no,
to
no, no,
speak
I'm
Hebrew?
not a Hebrew expert.
All right, so here you go. So it says,
I can read it. Yeah, I can read it.
Listen, I will tell it to you what it says. לא תבערו אש בכל מושבותיכם ביום השבת. Do not light any fire in every place you live on the Sabbath. That's the covenant with God.
Right.
We're not allowed to desecrate
So
the
y'all don't
Sabbath.
cut the heat on
And by the way, you should know that even
See, and this is why this nigga's really not a good debater. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. He's really not a good debater, right? So the sun is down right now, right? It's the Sabbath. It's currently the Sabbath as I am speaking. What the small hat is saying, not even what he's saying, what God is saying in our Torah, which they have taken for their own. Here in Exodus 35:3, ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day. It's plain. Okay? So if you go and turn your stove on right now, you're kindling a fire. I have a lighter right here, right? Because like when I'm doing live streams, a lot of times I'll have incense burning, right? I cannot use this. I can't turn this on. I won't because it's the Sabbath day right now. But Captain Taazaryach would. The ISUPK teaches that, oh, that's something wrong with me doing that. Oh, if I flick this lighter, I didn't kindle a fire. Nigga, are you stupid? This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard a nigga say in my life. If I flicked a lighter, I did not kindle a fire. This nigga is retarded. And this is just laughable. It's laughable when a silly nigga like this gets up on a platform for an individual who has 1.7 million subscribers. Over 943,000 people watch this dumb nigga say, if I flick a lighter, that I didn't kindle a fire. Yes, the fuck you did, dumb nigga. You mean to tell me that fucking Lil Wayne in the booth when he got the little lighter flick and he's sparking up a fucking blunt that he didn't kindle a fire? This nigga's dumb, man. This nigga's actually fucking stupid.
That is not
So
black.
why are we having this conversation?
Even a
about
Jew that is
these-
even a Jew that is not black.
Why are we having this conversation? Because so what he's doing, what this devil is doing, is accusing you. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night." That's what Satan does. Satan accuses the brethren. Because you're claiming, right, and you're right, in saying that we're the real Israelites, that they're fake, phonies, and imposters. But what the devil, what Satan is doing right now is accusing you and showing you to be a fucking idiot and a sinner unto death. That's what's happening. That's what he's doing, stupid nigga. Because you dumb niggas don't know how to prepare. So again, family, it is currently the Sabbath. This nigga don't kindle the fire in me right now. It is currently the Sabbath. Before I came and sat down, I got here a little late, right? Because we were preparing. The day before the Sabbath is called the prep day, meaning watch this. Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. Watch this. "And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said," not what the small hat said, what the Lord hath said. "Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that which ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning." Right? This is the commandment. You're not allowed to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. Last time I checked, you need fire to cook food. We're being told to cook and prepare our food the day before the Sabbath. So again, it was just a prep day. We're currently in the Sabbath. Before I came to this seat for this live stream, right? Me and my wife, we were prepping, right? I made pancakes, I made eggs, I made sausage, right? That'll be for our breakfast in the morning, right? We made taco bowls. So the rice, the meat, the beans, all that I cooked that yesterday. The sun is down now. We're in a new day. And before the sun goes down, because when the sun goes down now, a new day happens, we turn on the stove and keep the stove burning. Keep that fire kindled and burning. So in ancient times, as we were in the wilderness, you would have needed to prepare and have enough firewood so your fire don't go out. So this is why you got a silly nigga like Captain Taazaryach talking about, oh, if you don't turn on the heat on the Sabbath, nigga. Listen, niggas got central heat, right? Some niggas got radiators, right? Radiant heat. The heat is turned on already. You don't have to kindle it on the Sabbath day. If you simply prepared and use a little goddamn common sense, but no, common sense ain't too common. Common sense is sold out. Common sense is sold out, and these niggas can't get none. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is sad that almost a million people watch this silly nigga say that if you flick a lighter, you did not kindle a fire.
Absolutely
That
not.
doesn't even make sense.
It has nothing
I'm
to do
not
with
Jewish
Judaism.
either. according to
None of
you.
y'all are Jews.
Did you convert?
Yeah.
Your mother is Jewish? You're born to a Jewish
See,
mother?
I'm glad you said that. In the Bible, are you an Israelite by your mother or father?
By the mother.
Where?
Because you cannot.
Where in the Torah?
Listen.
Where?
you cannot prove who the father of the
Where
baby
in the
is.
Torah? That ain't what I asked you. Remember,
Yeah,
We have
it's
an oral
12.
Torah.
It's 12 tribes of Israel, right?
yeah.
I now understand
let's
the
just
concern.
walk-
You cannot
let's
prove
just
who
walk-
the father is. So
Wait,
therefore,
wait,
it's
wait,
not
let's just walk
possible
it-
that me.
Okay. So what Captain Taazaryach did right there, right, is he did a bunch of filibustering, right? He hokey pokeyed his way out of what Satan did in accusing him of being a sinner unto death. Right? Him and the ISUK, this is what these niggas do. They kindle fires on the Sabbath, right? And now the conversation has transitioned, right? So let's just go to Nehemiah chapter, I think it's 2 and 9. Or as Ezra, right? Watch this. So what we see is a census, right? Numbering of those returning, right? Now, these are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those which had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away unto Babylon, and came again unto Jerusalem and Judah, everyone out unto his city. Right? So now he starts numbering, right? There's a bunch of names, right? Now when we jump down to verse, right, we see the priests returning, right? Levites returning, right? The Levites, the children of Jeshua and Kedmion, this and children of Hodaviah, 70 and 4, right? So it's just a census, right? So now when you jump down to verse 59, it says, and these were they which went up from Tel Malah, Tel Harsa, Cherub, Adon, and Emer, but they could not show their father's house and their seed whether they were of Israel. So here, Captain Taazaryach is correct. The small hat has no clue what the hell he's talking about because he's not a Jew. You're not a Jew because of your mother. You're a Jew. The name Jew, the phrase Jew. Let's just look it up. Jew. Right? So this is the Aramaic one. Let me go to this one. As they would say, Yehudi, right? Yahawashi, right? This is the word Jew, right? This yod at the end, this yod character denotes possession. Possession of what? What precedes it? Looking at the root is patronymically from Judah. So to be a Jew, you have to be a descendant of the man Judah. Duh. But again, this silly ass small hat don't know a goddamn thing either.
Those people who do not know who the father is.
Is this a concern with giving them gold that they'll
Hold
make
up.
shit like that? Because now I
I
actually
agree with you. He's not.
Wait, hold
So
up.
now we're on
Let's
the
walk
same
this
page.
dog. There's 12 tribes of Israel, right?
Yes,
All men, right?
yes.
Dinah was a daughter of Jacob,
The time
rather.
before the Torah was given and went by the father. After the
What?
Torah was given,
The
goes by the
Torah
mother.
was no where?
Yes.
Where?
Do you know what the oral Torah is?
What?
Brother? After the
What?
Torah,
Dinah was a daughter of
the
Jacob,
time
rather.
before the Torah was given and went by the father. After the
What?
Torah was given,
The
goes by
Torah
the mother.
was no where?
Yes.
Where?
Do you know what the oral
What is
Torah is?
Wait.
I don't know what this nigga's talking about. What this devil right? I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
Where?
You know what Torah
I'm
Shabbat
asking you, show me in the Torah
We
Yeah.
where you ever went by the mother.
Okay, the case of the Israelite. You remember the Israelite that got
You
stuck?
gotta just tell me
No,
what
you're
you're
getting
reading.
confused.
I'm not confused
You're
at all.
going by the father only.
That's
if
what the Bible goes
if you're
by.
Cohen or Levi,
No,
which tribes you
no.
belong to goes by the father. But the religion can never go by the father because there are millions of people.
Well,
There's no way to prove who the
I want
father is.
What the fuck is this nigga again? Being a Jew is not a religion. Bro, I really despise small hats. I despise these people. They're so proud and don't know a good goddamn thing. This is the word Jew. It's a noun. A Judite or descendant of Judah. That's what a Jew is. A descendant of Judah. It's not a religion. It's patronymic. Last time I checked, patra, paternity, pater. The word father in the Greek language is where we get the word paternal, patronymically. It's about your fathers. It's all about the fathers. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. His name's changed to Israel. His children are known as the children of Israel. So then you have Reuben. He's the first Israelite. Then you got Simeon. Then you got Levi. Then you got Judah, where the term Jew comes from. It's that simple. But these silly ass Revelation 2 and 9ers, they don't follow the Torah by and large. Now, I will give it to him where he destroyed this nigga on the idea that he could kindle a fire on the Sabbath. But right now, bro, shut the fuck up.
I want everybody to pay
Remember,
attention.
DNA
So
is
how do
something
you, if
new.
you can't determine
They didn't
who
have
the father
DNA
is,
3,000
how
years.
could you determine who the mother is?
Oh,
Because you see where the baby comes from. You cannot deny it. You
But
cannot
you do
deny it.
realize- But you do
What kind of a
realize
question
scientific-
is that? You
I'ma
can
tell
see
you
who
why.
the mother is. Nobody can hide that.
I'm gonna tell you.
But you never know who
I'ma
the
tell
father
you
is.
why.
You
I'ma
know,
tell you
there's
why.
no way to prove who the father is.
Okay, so
That's actually not true, right? So he's like, oh, you know who the mother is, right? There was, and it's very rare. All right, this is just a rare situation, right? There's something called a chimera. A chimera. I think it's called a chimera, right? Chimerism, right? A person with more than one set of DNA has a rare condition called chimerism, right? So I remember watching this. It was like on the Discovery Channel. This is years ago. I was a child, like I was in like middle school or something like that. And I remember watching this show on Discovery, and there was a woman. It was a couple cases actually, but one of the cases there was a woman where the state was trying to say that she was doing some fraud and whatnot, right, to get assistance and whatnot, and she had all these kids, but the DNA did not match, right? They did not have the same DNA because this lady had two sets of DNA, right? So she was pregnant, right? And the court had a court appointed individual physically watch this lady give birth. And then they had to take DNA samples from the mother and from the child. Now, mind you, this lady was poor and on assistance. There's no way she could have been doing in vitro and any of that nonsense, right? So that's not even the situation. And come to find out from the DNA test, the baby that they just witnessed come out of this lady's body did not have the same DNA as her mom. Because, again, this lady had two sets of DNA. So this silly nigga right here, this bra cup wearing bastard, right, trying to talk all this nonsense about, oh, you know, the mother, blah, 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 blah. It's not by the father, it's by the mother, is asinine. Being a Jew, which is not a religion, is dependent on being a descendant of the man named Judah. That's it. Of course, over time, the phrase Jew was used in reference to not just Judah, descendants of Judah, but descendants of Benjamin and descendants of Levi, because they were under what's known as the southern kingdom of Judah. It's that simple.
I say that if a child is born, right, whether it's a boy or a girl, it comes from a father and a mother. So if you're saying you can't determine who the father is, how could you even determine who the daughter is? So you just made that up as a religion of Judaism.
You cannot determine who the daughter. You see where the daughter was born.
Down from.
But the
He
sperm
misspoke. He meant mother.
from a man.
Yeah, you don't know.
The man determines the gender. The
It's
placenta
not
comes
relevant.
from the
I'm
man.
sorry, it's not relevant to what
It
we say.
is relevant.
It's
Here's
only
why it's
you
not relevant.
can
No, no,
only
wait,
see
wait,
who
I
is
could-
born
here's-
from what mother. What
Wait, hold
difference
on.
does it make if
I'm
it's
gonna
a
tell
boy
you
or a
why.
girl?
So I'll tell you why. For you people, it's like that. From a religion, no, it's not. From a religion of Judaism,
They probably believe
y'all
just
came
about
up with the
same
custom
stuff.
of coming from your mother. But in the Bible, it's by your father. That's why it's 12 tribes.
And that's just that, right? Again, Numbers 1 and 18, right? They determine their pedigree by the house of their fathers. It's always been about the father.
Of Israel by the man.
You're the people of the book. Can you speak?
I don't answer white
you
man
read this?
challenges
Can
like
you
that.
read this?
I don't
Read
have to
one
answer.
line in the Bible.
I
Read
don't
it.
answer white
You
man
said you
challenges.
can read.
I
He
don't
doesn't do
answer
white man
challenges.
challenges.
It says, who put the
They
bomb
don't
in the
even know how
bomb?
to read the original language
the dram
of
and the
God, but they
ramal and the
claim
ding
they
dong.
are the Jews.
He probably
This whole platform is nonsense. This shit is just confusion. Everyone talking, running their mouth. This is absolute bullshit. This whole platform, right? Now, this schmuck challenging him to read Hebrew, right, is not the flex that he thinks it is. Because again, we already demonstrated how the Torah, how the Tanakh says that the children of Israel would discontinue from their heritage. Right? Watch. Let's go somewhere else. Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 11. Watch this. Right? A passage that Israelites love to go to and use completely out of context, right? Precept upon precept, precept upon precept. Again, a precept is not a corresponding scripture. A precept is a commandment, right? So Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept, which again is a command, must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and with another tongue will he speak to this people. So the prophet Isaiah is saying that God is going to speak to his people in another tongue. Right? When we go to, for instance, Hosea chapter 1 and verse Hosea chapter 1, right? Watch this. Again, another example of how the Israelites would discontinue from their heritage, right? So Hosea 1 and 8. Now, when she had weaned Lo Rumah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said God, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. So here is the Most High God disowning Israel, right? Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which shall not be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together. Where they're being gathered from all over the world. They wouldn't be speaking their language, because the Bible just said that that the Lord would speak to his people via another tongue. Right? So he thinks this is a flex. And he thinks that somehow this bolsters his position as being a real Jew. It doesn't, sir. All this talk about, we have 3,000 years of tradition, blah, 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 blah. You niggas are a bunch of motherfucking imposters and culture vultures. Listen, white people as a whole don't have culture. They steal everything. Everything, right? The brother Mayash and I was at the mall today, right, doing our ministry, right? And as we were walking around, right, we stumbled upon like the real high-end area of the mall, right? So you got Gucci, Fendi, Louis, Burberry, Bulgari, all the high-end stuff, right? And our people love Louis, our people love Gucci, our people love all these designer, right? You got a white Italian sounding name, French sounding name. Oh, niggas want to gobble it up, not knowing that Louis Vuitton, that pattern, that brown and tan pattern, they stole that from Africa. Stole that from Africa. That Burberry pattern comes from Africa. Again, they got this shit from Africa, right? Let me see, Louis Vuitton. From Africa. Again, they steal everything, right? Nothing from these people are original, right? They're culture vultures, and no one's more of a culture vulture than the so-called Jewish man.
Listen.
Torah where you are an Israelite by your mother. I'm waiting.
I can also claim that I'm Elon Musk, but I'm not.
Can you show me
claim whatever you want?
But you're running from the question.
We'll go with your claim.
No, the Talmud is where they
No.
show me in the Torah where you are an Israelite by the mother.
Can I give you a case or no? So let me give you an example.
It's written,
when Joseph went to Egypt, right? He married an Egyptian woman. Wait.
It was before the Torah was given. Joseph in Egypt was before the Torah was given to the Jews.
They're not Israelites by their mother.
Who?
I don't know that. Ephraim. Y'all don't know who Ephraim and Manasseh is?
No.
Ephraim and Manasseh.
Ephraim, you know what the fuck he's saying. Stop fucking playing games, devil.
Listen, you're teaching us the original language. You don't even know how to speak.
So y'all don't even know Ephraim and Manasseh?
It's a fly. First of all, let me correct you.
No, don't spin.
It's Ephraim and Manasseh. You understand? All right. Ephraim and Manasseh.
This is a business.
I ain't doing no business.
Now listen.
I own a business.
You're talking about
Can you show me where it changed in the Torah?
You don't understand. Joseph, Ephraim. I'm answering you.
Okay,
can you let me finish? Joseph, Ephraim, and Manasseh. It's way before the Torah was given to the Jews. It's before the Judaism started officially.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes, the Torah was not codified at that time. It's regardless of that. They're Israelites because they're descendant from Joseph, who's descendant from Jacob, whose name is Israel. Their mother is is the daughter of an Egyptian priest. They're not Egyptian. They're Israelites.
So what are you asking me for something that happened 100 years earlier to something that happened after the Torah? From the minute the Torah was given to the Jews, it's very clear who's your mother, that's who you are, because you cannot prove otherwise.
Okay, whoa.
Jews is very something that happened after the Torah. From the minute the Torah was
what?
To the Jews, it
was given to the Jews. First, the Torah wasn't given to the Jews. The Torah was given to the Israelites. He said, from the minute the Torah was given to the Jews,
very clear who's your mother.
It's very clear who's your mother.
You are, because you cannot prove otherwise.
So I'm actually
okay. So let's go to the Torah. Golly, I really hate Amalek so much. I despise these people. Numbers 1. Last time I checked, Numbers is the Torah, right? Numbers 1 in verse 17. And Moses and Aaron took these men, which were expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees, right? What does the word pedigree mean? Pedigree, record of descent. That's what pedigree means. Record of descent. They declare their record of descent after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. Furthermore, in the Torah, right, we see in the situation about the daughters of Zelophehad, right, from the tribe of Manasseh. The father died in the wilderness, right? Didn't have any sons. He only had daughters. Only had daughters. And what was established was that, yeah, he's going to get an allotment of land amongst his brethren, all through the fathers. His daughters are not allowed to marry outside of the tribe, because when they are taken by, let's say, for instance, right? I'll give you an example, right? My wife, when me and my wife first started courting, right? She's from the tribe of Zebulun. I'm from the tribe of Judah. I asked her, hey, do you have a brother? And the reason why I asked her that, because if she didn't have a brother, then I couldn't marry her, according to the Torah. Because when you get a wife, you get a possession, according to the Bible. And in the situation with the daughters of Zelophehad, it was said they are to marry within someone in their tribe. Right? So numbers, inheritance by marriage, right? So now we got in the chief fathers of the families, the of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. Again, it's all about the fathers. This is the Torah, right? So now, let's see what, watch this. Let's keep reading, actually, right? So it says, and they said, the Lord commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. The phrase children of Israel, Beni Yisrael or Bani Yasharahla, right? Sons, it literally means sons of, right? Sons of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by the Lord to give inheritance to Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters, right? So cool, right? So Zelophehad, he died, he had no sons, right? We're going to give his inheritance to his daughters, right? It says, and if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance. And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. Right? And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph have said well. This is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best, only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe, for every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers. It's all about the fathers, but this silly goddamn small hat keep talking about mothers. Since the day the Torah was given to the Jews, it's been by the mother. Nigga, you're a fucking lie. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Let's move on.
No.
I didn't come for this.
You want to move on,
Okay,
otherwise you're threatening to leave.
I'm
I just want
sorry.
for the record, he can move on.
Can I get-
So, Dre, according to the Torah, right, if an Israelite woman does not have brothers, she's supposed to marry within her tribe.
Okay, so
You
now
do
you're
not
talking to the
have
real
a
Jew.
verse in the
Okay,
Torah.
I'll give you a proof right
Yeah.
now. Let me see.
Yeah.
You know the situation where the guy cursed God, the blasphemer? You know that story?
Leviticus.
This guy's about to cut himself.
What
You talk about
it says his father was
Israelite-
Egyptian and his mother was an Israelite, and yet he gets the punishment of a Jew for blaspheming God. That's your proof.
That's not the proof.
Yeah, it is the proof.
Oh my god. Oh my god, these people are fucking retarded. Oh man, this is really bad. This is so bad. Leviticus 24:10. He says the punishment of a Jew. Okay, cool. Leviticus 24:10. It says, and the son of an Israelite-ish woman, right? I mean, this woman, she's an Israelite. She descends from an Israelite man whose father was an Egyptian. So the son, his mom is an Israelite, his father is an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel. So he's part of the so-called mixed multitude, right? And this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in camp, right? So they fighting, right? Here's this Egyptian nigga fighting with an Israelite. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed. And they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelemith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan. And they put him in ward that the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, bring forth him that have cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let all the congregation stone him. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, whosoever curseth his God shall bear his sin. Right? So he said, oh, because it says this, right? Oh, this guy, he's a Jew because his mom is an Israelite and his dad's an Egyptian. He's conflating that, right? It's just blanket. Someone curses our God, blasphemes our God, they're put to death. Simple. If you curse our God, you get put to death, right? If I go to Saudi Arabia, right, and I go and defile the Kaaba stone, best believe it, they're going to arrest me and probably kill me. Doesn't mean that I'm a goddamn Saudi Arabian or an Ishmaelite because I got punished for doing something that was disrespectful to their religion or their God. This is insane, bro. I tell you, I cannot stand small hats. I hate these people.
Man dying for blaspheming God does it not.
But why does it call? Why does it emphasize?
Shalawam to the good brother Yadi from Masada. Shalawam King. Shout out to brother Dawah. He said, I'm still screaming in death upon Esau. Facts. Dawah King, all praise to the Most High. So, but let's get back into it.
His father is an Egyptian and his mother is a Jew, and he was with the Jewish people.
It doesn't say that he was a Jew, though.
Yeah, it said he gets the
it was a part of the Jewish
It said the Israelites.
It does not say it wouldn't differentiate him from, he's the son of an Israelite woman, but he's the son of an Egyptian. So what is he? He's an Egyptian. Again, Ezra 2:59. These certain people could not show their father's house whether they were of Israel. It's that simple.
It's woman. It doesn't say he was a
his mother was Jewish.
So
And she wasn't Jewish. She wasn't a Jew. She was a Danite, which is not a Jew. What are you talking about, nigga?
to be an Israelite
Shotgun.
and have a
It
child
was-
with a non-Israelite. That's not the question.
It was Spanish.
We are
It
Israelites.
was punished as a Jew.
Yeah, it says it.
Anybody that's living amongst Israel would have been punished
Why
that
would
way.
he
No.
live amongst them if he
No.
wasn't Jewish?
No, if you live,
Because that
Why would he be living amongst them if he what? What the fuck?
amongst Israel, We are
It
Israelites.
was punished as a Jew.
Yeah, it says it.
Anybody that's living amongst Israel would have been punished
Why
that
would
way.
he live amongst them if he was a Jewish?
No, if you live,
Because that was
Why would he live amongst them? If okay, so let's think about this practically. Let's think about this practically. With the Exodus, what was the catalyst to the Exodus? God smiting the firstborn of every creature in Egypt. Everything. Cattle, right? The firstborn dog, the firstborn cat, right? The firstborn fucking ant. Everything died. Every firstborn died. Right? And they're like, all right, Moses, take your people and get the hell up out of here. Now, here's this Danite woman. She got a Egyptian husband, right? Don't say nothing about the Egyptian husband being there amongst us, right? If you know anything about how the Israelites lived and were treated in Egypt, they were second-class citizens. So more than likely, the father didn't live with his son and the mother, right? And they're just in haste getting out of Egypt, just packing their stuff, and they're out. Of course, she's gonna bring her son, but that doesn't mean that he's a Jew. He is the son of an Egyptian, so he is an Egyptian. Simple. It's that simple. So this is one of the many reasons why there's a so-called mixed multitude. It's just people who are not Israelites, not a part of the promised covenant and the seed of promise. They're coming along with us, but they are not our people. Was that her son? Yes, but that was not, he's not an Israelite. It's just that simple.
son of the mother.
no, the Gentiles that live
It doesn't even say that the father was there. It just says his son was
the
there.
Gentiles that
Focus on
live in
that.
Israel can desecrate the Sabbath. It's not, it wasn't given to the
That's not- that's
Gentiles.
cap.
What? Fuck it. Mute.
Israel, you have to.
the
That's
Gentiles.
cap. That's cap. No, they.
Israel can desecrate the Sabbath. It's not, it wasn't given to
That's
the Gentiles.
That's cap.
Nor your servant. Oh my God. These people don't know a damn thing. Exodus, I think it's Exodus 20. Let's go to Exodus 20. Watch this. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou nor thy son, right? If you're an Israelite, your son's an Israelite, your daughter's an Israelite, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So a Gentile, right? Your manservant, your maidservant, they are not to do any work either on the Sabbath day. But here's the thing. Jewish people, right? They don't actually follow the Torah. I remember when I was in high school, right? History was my favorite subject, right? And I was in AP U.S. history. I'm not sure if it was my senior year or my junior year. We went to something known as the Tenement Museum in New York City, right? So you got this thing called the Tenement Museum. Right? Tenements were like high rises, not really high rise, but they're like 4-5 story buildings, right? So these are walk-ups, no elevators, right? These are old buildings, right? So we go to the Tenement Museum and we're looking at how people lived in the turn of the century, right? In New York City. And as we were going through the tour, they were showing us a particular apartment, and it was a Jewish person's apartment. And those Jewish people, what they would do is they would have a little goy girl, who they call a little heathen girl. They would have her come and turn the light on, right, and do certain things for them that they're not allowed to do on the Sabbath, right? Because these people are always trying to find loopholes, right? In Hasidic Jewish neighborhoods, right? They put like strings out their fucking balconies, right, and around their neighborhood, so they can just be out and about and do shit on the Sabbath day, right? They're always trying to find some loophole. A Shabbos goy, right? It's my little Shabbos goy. Let me tell you something. Jewish people do not follow the Torah whatsoever. Another story, right? My wife, her family's from the tribe of Zebulun, right? But some of her closest cousins, they're actually Ephraimites, right? So their mom and her dad are cousins, right? And their dad is a Puerto Rican, right? So they're from the tribe of Ephraim. And we were hanging out with them this past winter, and one of her oldest cousins was telling us, they live in DC, and they were telling us how their neighbors are Jewish, and they had them come over for Passover. So you had Jewish people, right, who supposed to be God's chosen people, having who they deem as goy eat the Passover lamb with them. The Torah says that they can't. The stranger shall not eat of the Passover. The Ben Nekaria shall not eat of the Passover. You think that she's an alien, right? She's not of your people. You say, oh yeah, they can, yeah, come Ben Nekaria, come look at, come and keep the Passover with us. These people do not know anything.
Can't. No, they can't. If you're living in Israel, you have to go by the
In
rules
their
of
house,
Israel.
they can do
No,
whatever
in
they
the
want,
rules
as
of
long
Israel,
as they're not idol
No, you
worshipers.
No, you can't. No, you
Where's the
can't.
Seder?
All right, enough.
Okay, we'll move on to the next topic. This one's kind of more so for me. I'm just a little scared about something you said online. Let me go to the clip.
You can do links and notes. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know, just like all these links?
Yeah.
Syndrome, autistic, and any other problem, it's a punishment as results of the previous life. Sometimes
Hey, I resemble that
in
remark.
previous life, all what he used to do is speak lashon hara, gossip, puts down people, make damages to people, write about them in a newspaper.
So, am I going to come back as like the biggest the world has ever seen, or how is it going to work?
No, you're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a much bigger punishment
Then just to
come back as an autistic child.
oh, shit.
If you only righteous people
What's
come
your
back,
guess to my punishment?
only righteous people that kept all the Torah laws, but they spoke gossip and damaged people's character.
Okay, that makes sense.
They will have the merit to come to this world measure for measure with speech and hearing problems because they committed sins with their mouth and their
So
ear.
righteous Jews will come back as
And once they finish the X amount of years over here,
really good. You should try it.
they'll go to heaven.
So it seems like this small hat believes in regeneration. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Then once they finish their correction here for 30, 40, 50 years, whatever it was, they go to heaven. You, however, don't keep any of the laws of the Torah.
Not even one.
For you, there is a special place in hell, which you will get there, faster than you can imagine. You think you
I'll
cloud
fly at the
making
speed
a
of
joke.
light.
You can,
His brother Amaziah, Josiah. I'm actually from Brooklyn. I'm from Bed-Stuy, and Eastern Parkways and Crown Heights is right up the street from me. So I don't see small hats my whole life, right? I despise those people.
You can joke all you want. You can joke all you want, but the truth is the
Are
same
there two
truth.
different hells as well for Jews and Goyim?
Yes, we discussed that.
And the worst hell is which one? For the Jews?
Depend.
What about for me? What will my punishment be? If you can guess.
Depend how much of a criminal you are. Some Jews,
Am I a big criminal?
I give you an example. Some Jews, they are liberal. they are communists, they are anti-God, they are pro-abortion, they are pro-homosexuality, they are very...
I'm not pro homosexuality.
No, secular, not just secular. We're talking secular,
Facts.
lefty, liberals, anti-God, anti-morality. Those are the people that are the most wicked people in the world. However, the most righteous people in the world also come from the Jewish people. Every person has a free will. You can be righteous like Moses, or you can be wicked like Pharaoh. It's up to you.
Well, no, free will is not a thing, Mr. Chief Goy, right? You're the Chief Goy, right? No, there's no such thing as free will. Okay? Paul, who I know you don't necessarily follow his writings per se because you don't believe that Christ is the Messiah, but Rabbinic Judaism stems from Pharisaic thought, and Paul was a Pharisee of Pharisees. Right? And in Romans chapter 9, right, and verse 18, verse 19, it says, because he talked about Pharaoh, right? So verse 17, it says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden. Thou wilt say to me then, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? So the question is, who's resisted God's will? No one. No one can resist God's will. The Most High God is in control of all things. But here's the thing. So-called Jewish people, right, they follow the Talmud. And then in the Talmud, there's like a tractate where so-called rabbis are claiming to have defeated God in a debate. I'm going to say that again. The Talmud has a place where these so-called rabbis claim to have defeated God in a debate. Listen, you cannot make this up, right? So, yeah, this small hat has no clue what the hell he's talking about.
100% is to be righteous or wicked, regardless if you're a Jew or a Gentile.
So I'm the most.
So you can choose to be righteous or wicked. Okay, let's look at what the Bible says. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So God made certain people to be wicked and certain people to be righteous, right? Consider the works of God. Watch this. Proverbs chapter 24. No, that's not the one. Watch this. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make straight which he hath made crooked? Who can make straight what God made crooked? No one. Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Right? You cannot make straight what God has made crooked. Right? And the Most High God created the Edomites, which are so-called Caucasian, so-called white people, to be the wicked. He created them to be the wicked. Why? For the day of evil. So no, there's no such thing as free will. All right. Yeah, see the David. Nah, I'm not from the West Coast, bro. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. I live in Philadelphia. I'm as East Coast as it gets, right? Let's see if any more good conversations are going to be had in this
Basically,
dialogue.
Absolutely.
So what type of punishment will I get? Is it eternal or
How
what?
many times I have to repeat it?
But you won't specify what the punishment
Boiling
is.
and hot. for eternity?
If you can guess from what God has told.
God will show you very soon. He will show you.
But I want to know. I want to guess.
You will
I don't want to be
You
surprised.
will know very soon. Have a little patience. You will know very soon.
This is hilarious. You will know very soon. He's saying God. He's basically telling this guy, God gonna kill him. So he's probably a secular small hat, right? Who doesn't keep the Torah.
Yeah.
My question is, where in the Torah is it commanded to wear these silly ass bra cups on your heads? Right? I actually don't know where small hats get that. Why do Jewish people wear yarmulkes? As a physical reminder of God's purpose. By covering their heads, individuals acknowledge a higher power above them, instilling a sense of humility, reverence, and awareness as they go about origin of yarmulke. The yarmulke, correctly spelled yarmulke, is the Yiddish term for a traditional Jewish skull cap known in the Hebrew as a kippah. It originated as a custom to show reverence to God and evolved from Jewish legal debates in the Middle Ages. So they just made this shit up. It's not in the Torah. Not in the Torah whatsoever.
I think you should boil in hot for eternity.
Do you agree with that?
There is such thing.
Yeah, well, I know that.
He said there is such thing because they believe that Jesus Christ is boiling in hot excrement in hell right now.
There is a such thing.
Guys, hell is
Be
on.
careful not to have any cuts
Guys,
when you go
hell is
in
not a
there.
physical place. It's just not.
Do you want me to? Do you
Definitely
want?
put on some band-aids.
Do you want me to?
The Jewish guy would say there's a place to
Do you
boil
want
your
me?
hot
Do you
coffee.
want me to
A
explain?
Jewish guy would say that.
Do you want me? Do you want me to explain to you what's the next world? Right? It's going to take me 3 hours. Or
No, thank
just
you.
Watch my film, Life After Death. Watch it, and then you get all your.
You should read my book, Death of Cool, and see
sounds
my
like a
movie, How to Be
self-promo,
a
to
Man,
be
and go
honest.
to
You
my
guys-
website.
But he uses the money to sell more books or more tickets or whatever, give them out for
nothing.
free.
It's nothing.
Yeah,
to
give them
do,
for free.
it's nothing to do.
I've heard of this scam before with you.
That's
I
it.
learned it from you.
He gives all these books for
I
free.
hate the way these people talk. Oh my God, bro. Their voices are just annoying. Golly, these people are unfucking bearable.
Tens of thousands of them for free. Listen,
How's that
it's
possible?
nothing to do with promo. You ask a question. I'm not going to sit now 3 hours and explain to you what heaven means, what hell means, how the soul being judged, all these things. I have a whole 3-hour session. You get the answers over there.
But
I'm
technically,
making it very easy
And
for
I-
you. If
Yeah.
you're a searcher of the truth, click Rabbi Mizrahi, Life After Death, and watch the film. And that's it. You get your answer. Torah and science, the debate with Christianity. Watch it. You get your answers. Let's move on.
but technically, I could write, let's say, in my bio, wherever, social media or whatever, and I wouldn't be lying.
He leaks into all of this.
I'm
It's
not- That's it. It
No,
didn't come out of
that's not-
Yefet.
When it was not the curse of Ham,
But it's
it
written
was
in the
cursed.
Torah.
It wasn't Ham. It
But-
was
But
Canaan.
the black
It was
people came
listen to
out
what I'm
of
saying.
Ham.
free slaves.
900 years before the Torah was given,
You're welcome.
Noah,
Thank you.
Noah cursed his son, Ham, the third son, which means Egypt, with boats.
It's the tympanic membrane.
I'm not
Your
saying-
personality leaks into all of this.
I'm
It's an
not-
Take
interpretation.
off your glasses, you look kind
No.
of Asian.
I'm not.
You like Jewish people?
Yes.
Why don't you go around wearing stuff like that if you're not a real Jew?
Buy me one. I'll maybe after the Romans destroyed the second temple, they sold Jews to Egypt with boats, and the Torah said that the price of a slave was less than the meal of a horse, meaning $5 today. There was no buyers because there were so many
No,
slaves.
when it says no man shall buy you, that's talking about redeeming you, meaning you wouldn't get out of that
No,
torment.
they sold them
Because
in
the word Egypt,
when you take
it's not talking about the literal Egypt, because Egypt just means bondage. That's what makes
Not
the
necessarily.
original name of those people is what? Matazaryach or Mitzrayim,
No,
right?
but Mitzrayim,
Was that the original?
Mitzrayim means
Mitzrayim?
Egypt. Mitzrayim means Egypt.
And means
Isn't
bondage.
it funny how we were all slaves, blacks, Jews, and Irish, and I was the one who freed everyone?
Oh God. Here comes Esau.
By the way, in the Torah,
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
In the Torah, it says already.
What has two thumbs and three slaves?
900 years before the Torah was given,
You're welcome.
Noah,
Thank you.
Noah cursed his son, Ham, the third son, which was wicked, and he had his fourth son, which was the grandson of Noah. He cursed Canaan, and he cursed him that his children will be slaves.
Not that he said no.
And Ham means Africa.
It says it'd be
Ham does not mean Africa. Ham means hot. That's what Ham means. It means hot. It doesn't mean Africa.
hot.
Ham is Africa.
Ham
But Canaan is only one son. And this is the white supremacy. This is why we say y'all the same people.
Right.
Because he's talking white supremacy. This is a white supremacy.
This is pure white supremacy.
No.
What I mean. This is what I'm saying.
I want to make something clear. I have nothing against black people. I don't want you to
That statement right there is a white supremacist talking point. Because when they enslaved black people, they used the curse of Ham. When it was not the curse of Ham,
but it's
it was cursed. It wasn't Ham. It was Canaan.
But the black people came out of
saying.
Ham. That's it.
So to say that the black people came out of Ham is insane, right? Man, where should I go? Watch this. The black people came out of Ham. Right. So Phineas, right? So Phineas is a descendant of Aaron, right? Take a look at Phineas's name, right? Payanchat, right? Apparently from H6310, a variation of H5175, mouth of a servant of Phineas, the name of 3 Israelites, Phineas, right? So let me go. Which one is it? Right. Egypt, Phineas, the Negro. The name Phineas, which is the name of one of the high priests of Israel, it literally means the Negro. Why is this Jew, this Levite, this Cohen, as you would say, why does he have a name that means the Negro? I would love for this small hat to tell me why Phineas, right? Why is this chosen person of God, this priest, this Cohen, why does his name mean the Negro? So to say the blacks, King Artaxerxes, right? There are images of the Persian kings. This is Darius the Third. Look how they broke his nose off. Right? So the Persians were a people of color. They're not white. Here we go. These are Persian soldiers. This is a Persian soldier. The Elam, the Persians come from Ham. These are Elamites. Here's another Persian soldier, right? Tomb of Lefkadia, Macedonia, Greece, a Greek, on a galloping horse attacking a Persian soldier on foot who was protecting himself with his shield, circa 300 BC. Here's a Persian soldier. He's black. The Persians are Hamites now? Like, come on. A wall of glazed tiles depicting Persian soldiers. These people are black. Look at this hair. Jewish people don't have hair like this. White people don't have hair like this. This is a depiction from Xerxes' palace at Persepolis. This is a relief from Egypt depicting Persian King Artaxerxes III. Look at that nose. Look at that nose. But again, the blacks come from Ham. Let this white devil tell you.
They didn't come out of Yefet and they didn't come out of Sem.
That's not true.
Sem
We
is
come from
the father
Israelites
of the Jews.
come from Shem. We come from Shem.
From
We don't
Shem.
come from Ham.
Yeah.
We don't come from Ham.
All right, but again,
Listen, the Arabs come. When y'all take that Shemitic term,
you know
y'all are bastards for stealing it.
you know
Because the Arabs are Shemitic, the
Yeah.
Chinese and Japanese are Shemitic,
Oh.
and we are Shemitic.
you know what?
But y'all take ownership of that.
Yeah. Let me ask you
Like
a
what
question.
type of
When
what type
someone
of,
hates Arab,
yeah.
did they call him
what type of
anti-Semite? When someone
what-
hates an Arab, did you ever hear
That's
someone
one of my
naming
favorite
them
jokes.
anti-Semite?
I always say,
when someone
I'm an anti-Semite. I hate Arabs.
when someone
This guy is so annoying. See, white people have this uncanny ability to take something, to take a term, and to completely twist it. For instance, the term woke. Woke has nothing to do with LGBTQ, right? Has nothing to do with that, right? The term woke, black folk, we started using that term woke around the time when Mike Brown got killed, right? Right after Trayvon, right? So this is like 2013, 14, 15. This is when the term woke starts to get used. You niggas love to co-opt terms and change them, right? I saw this video where white people talking about, oh, unk means uncool. No, the fuck it don't. Unk literally is short for uncle. It's short for uncle. You call someone an unk who's older than you. Simple. But white people love to take terms that black people come up with. All of American culture and slang comes from black people. Right? All of it. So they take terms and they take words and they twist it. Again, they use this buzzword, anti-Semitism. The word Semitism goes back to Shem, Shemitic, right? To be Shemitic means that you descend from Shem. There are, as Captain Taazaryach correctly points out, there are various peoples that are Shemitic, right? Asians, they're the Moabites and the Ammonites. They descend from Lot. Lot is Abraham's nephew, right? Through Nahor, through Haran, right? Through Terah, and Terah is a descendant of Shem. To be a Shemite means that you are a descendant of Shem. Oh, great one. Black fatigue. They took that word and ran with it and just completely just change this fucking meaning. This is what white people do.
The black people. Do you hear anyone who say anti-Semite?
That's
Only
because y'all
when-
stole it.
Only when they hate the Jews.
Y'all stole it in the 1800s. Y'all coined the phrase and stole it as the Ashkenazis, which is weird when the Ashkenazis says that
Sephardi, but okay.
when I said when the Ashkenazis stole it.
They're not Sephardi. They're called Sephardi. The original Sephardic Jews were black, and they were sentenced to slavery in the Caribbean.
Weird, because Ashkenaz technically is Japhet, but then they say they Jews.
Not the
Bro,
Jews.
don't-
The Jews were scattered
Bro.
around all
No,
the
you're not
nations.
getting this too. No.
The Jews.
You can't
They're
dress. I
not
know you want to
called
be like that. This
Ashkenazi.
how y'all impersonate. I'll let you get the
You're
one
not trying to become one of those black Jews, man.
You know, the
I
one
like that
one
word.
of the
Yeah.
punishments of the
Yeah.
Jews by
Uh-huh.
God
Uh-huh.
is I will scatter you
I
among
agree.
the
That's
nations.
us.
Among the nations.
That's us.
So that's why you have
So I'm gonna
Ashkenazi
ask you a
Jews.
question.
Ashkenaz means
Where's the
Europe.
tribe of Reuben?
Europe.
Where's the tribe of Reuben?
Ashkenaz does not mean Europe. Oh my God, these people are just in fucking insane. Like, they're like, again, they are unbearable, unfucking bearable. Amalek, right? Benjamin Netanyahu had the nerve to use Amalek in reference to what the Palestinians. No, nigga, you're Amalek. Jewish people are the descendants of Amalek.
Where's Levi?
No,
Where's
Levi we
Simeon?
know.
Where's
Levi we
Simeon?
know. We have
Where's
Levi.
Simeon? Where's Gad? Where's Naphtali?
Amos,
Where's
right.
Issachar?
We only know today who is Cohen or Levi, who comes from
How
the
do you know
tribe
that?
of Levi.
How do you know that?
Because it's father to son. They have the last name.
No,
Levi,
no,
Levi,
no.
Levi,
That's just
Levi.
some shit you made up, though.
Oh my God, because they have the fucking last name.
Because
Jewish
y'all
or
would
not.
have no connection to the Levant
In
region.
the meantime,
And
the
you
one
know it.
that still identity
Yes, it is.
is you, not us.
You
Tribe
know
of
that.
Levi.
How do you know that?
Because it's father to son. They have the last name.
No,
Levi,
no,
Levi,
no.
Levi,
That's just
Levi.
some shit you made up, though.
What?
You just said it. That's why.
He really just said it. This nigga just said it, and because he said it, it's right. If white people say it, it's right, guys. No matter what. Whatever they say is right and exact and true, and you have to believe it because they said so. Listen, I am experiencing black fatigue at the highest level right now.
I don't agree with it.
DNA
But the
doesn't
reason
prove
why
anything.
y'all banned
DNA
DNA testing,
He says DNA doesn't prove anything. Now, us as Hebrew Israelites, especially the one of us, we'll say we've said that and used that a lot, right? And the reason why is because there's several problems. One, no one is digging up the bones in ancient Israel, right, and testing the DNA against people groups around the world. It's actually illegal to do DNA testing in the state of Israel. It's illegal. I wonder fucking why. But here's the thing as well. Just because you find random bones in the land of Israel you cannot with a surety say that this is an Israelite or not, because again, it was known as the land of Canaan. It's known as the land of Canaan. The Israelites conquered it. And then the Israelites went to war with various peoples who were not Israelites in and around the land of Israel for millennia. And then after the Jews were mainly kicked out of the land, right, following the First Roman-Jewish War, which the climax was in 70 AD, you have Jerusalem being trodden down of the Gentiles, as Christ said, until the time the Gentiles be fulfilled. The Romans came and built a temple to, I think it was Jupiter or Saturn, where the temple stood, right? Then you had the Muslims, the Arabs come and conquest and take over, and then you had the Crusades and whatnot. So it's not happening, right? It's not happening. They're not testing the bones of ancient Israelites, and there's no way for them to know, hey, this is emphatically the bone of an ancient Israelite.
because y'all would have no connection to the Levant region.
In the meantime,
and
the
you
one
know it.
that still
Yes, it
identity
is.
is you, not us.
It does recover that.
No.
And
Of course,
there's
'cause you-
DNA test for all Kohanim that they
No,
did back
no,
to somebody
no,
did.
no, No, you're not testing it against.
Mind you, Jewish people own all the goddamn DNA testing sites, right? All your 23andMe's and your ancestries and all that. The small hats own that shit, of course. Like, we're not stupid. The same way you guys own the media, you guys control the narrative. AIPAC literally, quite literally, owns American politicians. Ro Khanna literally just got detained in Israel. And Mike Huckabee almost did nothing about it. Why? Because our politicians here in America are bought and owned by Israel, by his pro-Israeli sentiments and interests.
When Gene and they all call him
You're
have
not
the
testing
same.
it against.
But again, I don't.
Let's move
Well,
on.
look, because there's a
He's
discussion.
a crybaby, man. Whenever it gets too hot, he's
Okay, he wants to move on.
This for over an hour.
He wants to move on to a serious topic.
Let's hear this.
Which Smash Brothers character do you mean?
Which one?
Smash Brothers character do you mean?
What do you mean? Explain.
Which character do you usually choose? Which one do you have the most hours in that you're the best at playing with?
Super Smash Bros.
I love righteous people. Like
Oh my God, bro. This
to
is
be idol
I just
worship.
don't want to be fried.
You understand? To be
I used to like
So Mario, you
Top of their real hair.
earn 1,000
I wanna
times
read
more
it.
than an average doctor or a lawyer or a judge, and they're familiar with the entire religion, achieve the
got
goal.
everything that they want to.
Exactly.
That's why that guy was
It's
bad.
it's
I
pay to
agree
play.
with you
They can't. We
100%.
called their bluff, and they're not the tough guy anymore.
No,
Yes, we
no.
did. We did.
The Holy Land, it's written in the Torah that that's the land that God loves the most.
I agree.
All right.
But you
Now,
also know
now,
Valley of
now a
Jehoshaphat-
bunch of terrorists, Muslim terrorists,
y'all,
shoot missiles and wants to.
for the record, the Zionist State of Israel is the biggest terrorist group in the history of humanity, right? They label Hezbollah as terrorists. So you mean to tell me people who are defending their homeland, right, where they live and where they've been living for thousands of years, right, hundreds of years at minimum, the Zionist State of Israel keeps trying to get into Lebanon, and currently they're occupying southern Lebanon. Hezbollah was created to resist Israel trying to take Lebanese land. They are resistance fighters. They're not terrorists. Israel and the IDF, they're terrorists. You guys blow up schools. You guys paint bombs like soccer balls for kids to get blown up. You guys have killed over 23,000 children in Gaza alone. America and Israel, in the opening days of the war with Iran, bombed the school and killed over 60-something little schoolgirls. But somehow, they're the terrorists. Man, this world is of all praise to the Most High. This world is waking up to how evil and wicked these people are, and how much of crybabies and just horrible people that they are.
The Holy Land from
But y'all-
the Jewish nation, and you're happy about it.
Yes.
What
because
kind of
y'all
a Jew you
the
are?
most Murderers out of all of
a
them.
black one. They're all
Because
about
when
violence.
when the
That's the whole
Palestinians,
thing.
when the
There's no
Palestinians,
such thing Palestinian.
let me just
I'm
finish.
sorry.
Before,
Do you know history? Do you know history?
Yes.
You
But-
seems
but
to
the
know
part of
history.
that I'm
There is
talking
no
about,
such thing
the
Palestinian.
part of history,
It's a made-up name.
The
There's
part
no
of-
such thing.
Jewish is a made-up name too. It's Jews. It's Judah.
Jews come from
Jewish is
Judah.
Jewish is made up.
Yeah, who
Tell me. Tell me. It's
Yahudi
written
is
in.
not Jewish.
What
That's
is it?
Hebrew.
Yeah.
It's
Yehudi
Jew.
means
No,
Yehudi,
either
Jew.
Jew- you're
In
either Jew-
English, Jewish means
Listen,
Yehudi.
man, you're either Jew, Judah, Jews.
Jews,
Jewish
Jews.
is fake.
Listen,
But so when it comes to Palestine,
tell
at
me,
the time,
who
wait,
made up?
let me-
No,
you
but
ask-
first,
wait,
who
hold
made
on,
up the name Palestine?
Wait.
Who made it up? Tell me.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's very
In
important.
history,
In history, who
before
invented that
they
name?
divided Palestine in half, they invited y'all with welcoming arms. You can see it on video as y'all coming off the fucking boats. And they invited y'all with welcome arms, and y'all thanked them by slaughtering them
What are
and
you
going
talking
to war
about?
with them.
That's a fact. That is undoubtedly a fact. Now, this devil was saying that Palestinians are made up. There's no such thing as a Palestinian. Now, the so-called Palestinian people, and I say so-called because the term Palestine derives from the phrase Philistine, right? The Philistine, right? In Hebrew, it's pronounced either Peleset, right, in modern Hebrew, or Palashath, right? That's where the term the term Palestine comes from the Philistines. The Philistines are they're Hamites. They're descendants of the Egyptians. They're descendants of Ham when you actually read the Torah, right? The Arab people who live in Israel, which by the time that Captain Taazaryach is speaking of, right, before the partition of, it was called the partition of Palestine. The United Nations partition plan for Palestine. But this schmuck is saying, oh, it's made up. It's not made up, dummy. It's not made up whatsoever. This was the original mandate. Arab state in orange, Jewish state in the blue, right? So you got the Gaza Strip. It's supposed to be the Gaza Strip all the way down to here. This is the border of Egypt, right? And then here, right? This is the West Bank. So, for instance, Hebron, right? Jerusalem, right? The city of Jerusalem, right? This is supposed to be within the West Bank, right? And then part of northern Israel, also the Arab state. And this is supposed to be the Jewish state, the so-called Jewish state, right? It's called the partition of Palestine for a reason, because this place was known colloquially and internationally as Palestine at this time. Before the actual children of Israel, which the Jewish people are not descendants of, it was known as the land of Canaan, who, as he rightfully said, are black people, are people of color. The Canaanites were African or so-called black people, right? Now, that's not me saying that black people in America are descendants of the Canaanites. Don't get that twisted. We are the actual descendants of the Israelites. The Israelites were a people of color. They were various shades of black. And today, the Israelites here in the Western Hemisphere specifically are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. These people were nowhere near that land.
That's now something that it's...
They were in caves down in Petra, Jordan. That's where they were. They were in caves in Petra, Jordan, Mount Seir. That's where these people were.
You know what's crazy? Was the land of Israel, was the state of Israel, was that the first location y'all was going to go to?
No, listen.
Answer the question.
I'm answering you. You asked 3 questions.
No,
Let me answer
this
you.
one I want you to answer.
Let me answer
the
you.
The state of Israel, was
in
that
the
the
Quran,
first location y'all going to go to? Why you can't answer
in the
that?
Quran, it's written that the land
Why
of
you can't
Israel
answer that?
belongs to the Jewish people.
But just answer that.
There was no such thing Palestinian
Is that
nation.
the first location y'all was going to go to?
Until 1964, there was no such thing Palestinian.
Okay,
There were regular Arabs. Yasser Arafat, the head of the Palestinians, was from Kuwait. Yasser Arafat. Yasser Arafat.
This is important.
Again, he said 1960 something. Again, this is 1947. The partition of Palestine, the United Nations partition plan for Palestine, was a proposal developed by the United Nations for the future government of mandatory Palestine. Mandatory means that, oh, now the British, some type of European power has a mandate, or they're controlling the government, right? So because of the Balfour Declaration, right, this is how, again, after World War II, Britain had control over Palestine, right, former Ottoman territory. Following the termination of the British mandate, drafted by the UN Special Committee on Palestine on September 3rd, 1947, the plan was adopted by the UN General Assembly on the 29th of November of 1947. So again, this guy doesn't even know history.
Finally met somebody who won't let anybody speak as much as you.
Furthermore, right, if you go further back, right, you have something known as Syria, Palestina. Syria, Palestina, right, was the renamed Roman province formerly known as Judea, possibly due to the Roman suppression of the Barakath revolt, in that it was known as Palestina between the early 2nd and late 4th century AD. So as far back as the 2nd century AD, right, that province where the land of Israel is today was known as Syria, Palestina. This is over 1,000 years ago, but here you got this silly ass small hat, right, running his mouth as if he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay, I'm fine with the Palestine. I'm the last person who ran away from questions. Okay, good. So Yasser Arafat, the head of the PLO, the Palestinians, was from Kuwait. All of them are for Iraq, Egypt, Jordan. All right, so there's okay. So there are regular Arabs. There's no such Israel. There's no such thing, Palestinians. It's a made-up scam. It's a made-up scam. So they have nothing to do in Israel. They came from Arab countries.
The first location y'all was going to. Can you answer?
To the Holy Land.
No, is that the first location y'all was going to?
Of course.
You got to know history now. You got to know the bell for that.
What?
You got to know y'all was looking at Africa first.
You're talking
the
Uganda.
State of Israel
Uganda, you're talking.
Now you know.
No, wait a minute.
You didn't want to say that at first.
Because
so if y'all would have chosen people, why were y'all looking everywhere else except where y'all say the chosen land was?
It's Zionist feminism. It's nothing to do with Judaism. Right. He was
your state that got established established by the Zionists.
Do you know Theodore?
It didn't get established by y'all. Y'all did not get that established.
Theodore,
he's not being honest. You know he's not being honest.
No,
but is he being honest?
Yes.
No, you're lying for him.
Listen, Theodore Herzl was nothing to do with Judaism. He didn't keep one of the commandments of the Torah. He was lighting Christmas tree in his house. So they offered him Uganda, and in the end, it didn't work out. But the Torah was very, very precise. It's even in the Quran that Israel belonged to the Jewish people. Every Christian knows it. Every Muslim that is honest with his religion knows it. But you come to defend.
Again, the Torah doesn't teach that the promised land belongs to the Jewish people. It belongs to the children of Israel, which you guys are not.
These who try to bomb people that lives in the Holy Land and practice religion, and you call yourself a Jew. What? I don't see the connection.
So now I'll let him finish, and now I'll be brief.
I'm done.
My question to him was clear.
When you say
what was the location of the state of Israel before it was the state of Israel? And he did all of that minutia and did all that talking just to not answer the question, because y'all was looking at South America.
This whole thing is just a mess. They're just these two schmucks are having a whole conversation. Taazaryach's talking. They're not even paying this nigga no mind, right? The whole time it's just been a bunch of fucking nonsense. And this shit got almost 1 million views. Lord in Christ.
Yeah, Matan did that on purpose. Y'all was looking at South America.
America, they're gonna show their innocence. You
yes.
Suffer from them big time. They take
when the Muslim will take over New York, then we will see what happens to you. You'll be the first one that
Judaism or Christianity. No, I won't. I'll be who I am today.
It won't help you.
I'll be who I am forever, though. Yeah. I practice what I want now. I practice what I want now.
Yeah, one thing you don't do is practice keeping the Torah. You don't practice keeping the Sabbath day. That's for damn sure, right? And this devil, he got you. He cut your ass up on the Sabbath, kindling fires. You silly ass ISUPK niggas.
take over, you either have to become Muslim or you are dead. You know
then
it.
I'll die. Then I'll die, but I will not die.
No, but you helping them now to
I'm
take
not
over,
helping them
and they're
by
going to
exposing
slaughter
you
Do you
guys.
have
I'm
any
not
idea
helping
how many
Muslims.
illegal guns this guy has in his house?
I don't have no.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. By exposing these devils, he's not helping Muslims, right? Just so the record, Hebrew Israelites, we don't like Islam. I despise Islam, right? I'm not gonna say I hate Muslims because too many of my people, especially here in the city of Philadelphia, are practice Islam and call themselves Muslims, right? I love my brothers and sisters, right? Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans who unfortunately have been indoctrinated by Islam and call themselves Muslims. I love those people, right? Arabs, I got no love for the so-called Palestinians, none whatsoever. But that doesn't change the fact that I hate you devils even more. And it doesn't change the fact that you devils are committing genocide, that you devils are killing children. This is what you guys do. And this is what you guys have been doing from the rip. The Torah actually documents ancient Jewish people, the Amalekites, smiting the real Israelites and attacking their women, their children, their feeble. This is what these people do because they're not real warriors.
Illegal guns.
He has so many illegal guns.
Camera.
I'm not trying to get you into a crime.
It's getting ridiculous. Let's settle it right now to see who is more Jewish. Guys, the dinner bill is $24.88. What do you tip? What do you tip? That's 50% tip. I don't think any of you are Jewish.
They're all just lying. I mean, he's obviously not giving $10. You probably can't even. He can't even afford a meal that's $24, let alone make it $34.
Why do you say stuff, bro? Why do you say stuff like that?
Like what? I'm just being honest.
Why you saying
When you converted
No, I
to
mean,
Black
you're
Hebrew
telling
Israelites, did
yourself.
you notice that you started liking Woody Allen movies more?
No, Woody Allen's any of
Yeah, he's Jewish.
that explains it.
So you
That definitely explains it.
like,
I'm like,
but you're a Jew, a different kind.
you see what I'm saying? The difference. So
Jewish
people
versus
are
Jew.
Judaism. Jews are my people. We would never use the term Jewish or Judaism. We don't do.
And
that.
how many Jews are there?
I don't know. We don't count. You know, the Bible is against numbers.
You don't know how to count?
I said we don't count. The
But-
Bible is against.
Is that why you said a 50% tip? You just couldn't even
No,
think of
David
what it would
got
be?
it.
Like what's
It's
10% or
like
20% or 24?
But there must be some estimates on Black Hebrew
We
Israelites.
don't number.
We don't
I'm
number.
going to say 2,000.
We don't use that term Black Hebrew Israelite. I
Yeah.
know people use that term because of white Jews or white Jewish people, but we don't use
You just say
The
Jews.
correct
We
term,
don't say Hebrew Israelite or Israelite.
the correct term is crazy hobos.
Oh, okay.
That's not too close to like homos. You're talking to them.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you think there is any man in the world who has contributed more to anti-Semitism than you?
Probably you. Literally you.
And not even close. As much as I try.
All right, this is starting to get a little.
You not
If
understand
I
that?
in the country, God bless them. It's
And
Yeah, this is getting out of hand at this point, right? So the meat and potatoes of what happened, what transpired between Captain Taazaryach and this Mizrahi guy, right? Is he called Taazaryach out for not wearing tzitzit, right? Which, again, the little shoestrings that these devils wear are not tzitzit. Those are called Gedalim or Gadalim, how they would pronounce it. That's in Deuteronomy 22:12. Fringes or tzitzits have a ribbon of blue and are along the border of a garment. These are tzitzits. These are tzitzits. Okay. Then he called the brother out for them kindling fires on the Sabbath. So again, we got our tzitzit right here, and these are Gadalim. Not what these devils is talking about, right? That was the meat and potatoes. And then he just said a bunch of stupid stuff, like just historically inaccurate. They talked about whether you're a Jew or an Israelite based upon your father's lineage or your mother's lineage. And again, these devils demonstrate that they don't know the Torah whatsoever, right? But that's pretty much it, family. Make sure that you guys like the video. Make sure you share the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Super chat if it's on your heart. Super thanks if it's on your heart. Again, make sure that you brothers and sisters are tapped in with us here at the House of Bread. On tomorrow on this channel, Shar Ahrayahla, right? Got a premiere going down tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Make sure you tap in to this, right? Again, it's a dialogue, a debate, so to speak, between myself and Shar Ahrayahla with these Edomite Christians, right? So this gentleman, he just approached us, right? Started having a conversation about the Bible and whatnot with us. Came out of left field, right? And then these two, I'm not sure if they were together, like as a couple or whatever, but they, I guess, were his friends. They were with him. They were sitting next to me, right? And they just inserted themselves into the conversation. This woman right here is actually Jewish, but she's a Christian. She's Jewish by so-called, I guess, because of her mother, right? But she's Jewish, and but she follows Christianity. And these people were just getting cut up left and right. So make sure that you guys tap in to this video. I'm going to pin this in the chat. So what do you think about the Yemenite and Mizrahi Jews in general? I haven't really looked into them too much. I'm more than likely will lean towards them not actually being descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm not sure. Yemenite Jews. Now, so shout out to the brothers of Rangadal Gabarium. Let me see. I'll show you something. Rangadal Gabarium, right? This the brother Yahawashi, I think, was alive a little while back. When was this? I think it's either this video right here from 6 months ago, History with Yahweh, Ancient Near East Influence on Sub-Saharan Africa, or this video. He went into all these ancient sources, right? Mainly Arab sources on Jews in modern day Yemen. It was something known as the Himyarites, right? Himyar. So you look up Himyar. The kingdom of Himyar was a dominant pre-Islamic civilization in ancient southern Arabia, modern day Yemen, that thrived from 110 BCE to 525 CE. He goes into their migrations and how they migrated into Africa, right? Because again, Arabia, Africa is hop, skip, and a jump, right? The man, this strait is called the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. It's super tiny, right? Bab el-Mandeb Strait, right? $22 miles, just 22 miles, right? So you can get from Southern Arabia, Yemen, into Africa like that, right? So the Himyarites, right? It was Jews, right? It was a so-called Jewish kingdom, right? Legitimate, actual Jews, right? And he goes into a lot of the migration, and they made their way into into Africa, right? So definitely tap in with the brother Yahawah, and the brothers Aran Gadol Gabarium went into a ton of history on their channel about these migrations, right? So it's either this video right here or this video, right? I would say watch them both, because again, the brother goes into some crazy sources. So I would say that the so-called Yemenite Jews today, I would say those are not the real Jews. And then you asked about the you said the Mitzrahi Jews. I've never heard of that. It's I just want the Mizrahi Jews. I don't believe these people. So the Mizrahi, also known as Mizrahim, Oriental Jews, live in the Muslim world. Mizrahi is a political, sociological term that was coined with the creation of the state of Israel. It translates to Easterner in Hebrew. So whoever the Zionist state of Israel accepts it as being Jewish, I don't accept as being actual Jews. So I would say no, they're more than likely not. Let's see what else. Now, there's something I do want to look into. There was something known as the Manila slave trade. Right, the Manila. I think I'm spelling it wrong. I believe it's called the Manila slave trade. For some reason, I'm spelling it wrong. It's not popping up, but there were slaves that were taken from like Mexico and whatnot, and brought to like the Philippines and whatnot. So I definitely want to look into that, because again, our people are scattered to the four corners of the earth, right? You got Israelites in the Philippines, you got Israelites in Southeast Asia, you got Israelites in of course in Africa, Israelites in South America. We got Israelites in the Seychelles Islands, right? The French took a bunch of slaves from Haiti and brought them to the Seychelles Islands, which is an island chain off the in the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Africa, right? When you look at a lot like the Beta Israel, the so-called Ethiopian Jews, I do not believe that they are actual Jews, because you had something known as you had the Arab slave trade, right? And you had people known as the Sidi or the Habshai people. They were taken as slaves from Ethiopia and brought to the Indian subcontinent. So you got them in India and Pakistan. But yeah, I don't believe that those people are actually our people. What do I think about Jews in China? I don't know about any Jews in China, but I'm sure again there's Israelites in China, right? There's a sister, dark-skinned sister, very pretty. She speaks fluent Chinese. She dresses real modestly, and she speaks fluent Mandarin, and she lives in China. Like, again, you got our people all over the place. But again, I'm not sure of a particular community of so-called Jews in China. Not aware of that. But yeah, any other questions, family? Now we're about to get up on our chair. All praise to the Most High. All right, family. But with that, I want to give all praises, all glory, all honor to the Most High God, whose name is YAHAWAH. Of course, I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. So next time, Shalawam and Matawathya.